Badminton is a racket sport played by either two opposing players or two opposing pair who take position on opposite halves of a rectangular court that is divided by a net. Players score points by striking a shuttlecock with their racket so that it passes over the net and lands in their opponent's half of the court. Each side may only strike the shuttlecock once before it passes over the net. A rally ends once the shuttlecock has struck the floor.
History of Badminton. Origin of Badminton. Badminton could be traced back to more than 2,000 years ago to the ancient game called battledore, bat or paddle, and shuttlecock, also called bird or birdie. Similar games were played for centuries across Eurasia countries. From 1600s, battledore and shuttlecock was just game involving two persons hitting a shuttlecock toward each other as many times as possible before it hit the ground, and it used to be an upper-class game in Europe, including England. Nowadays, you can still find similar games in Japan, which is called hanatsuki. It is very popular New Year's game involving a wooden paddle called hagoita and a shuttle called hei. During the period when the weather is windy and wet, instead of a shuttlecock, a woolen ball was preferred by the upper class and hence invented ball badminton. By around 1970s, retired British Army officers brought the game back to England from India and became a very popular sport. In 1873, the Duke of Beaufort introduced the sports at his country state, Badminton House, in Gloucestershire, since this sport was called badminton. In 1875, a badminton club in Folkestone, England was started by retired officers from British India. In 1887, JHE Heart of the Bat Badminton Club standardized the rule. On September 13, 1893, the Badminton Associations England published the first set of rules, similar to the modern rules, that were published in a house called Dunbar at 6 Waverley Grove, Portsmouth, England. By 1899, they started the first badminton competitions in the world, All England Open Badminton Championships. By 1934, the International Badminton Federations, IBF, now known as the Badminton World Federations, was formed in England, Scotland, Wales, Canada, Denmark, France, Ireland, New Zealand, and the Netherlands as the founding members. By 1948, the International Badminton Federation launched the first tournament, Thomas Cup, World Men's Team Championship. Since then, more world-class events have been launched, such as Uber Club Team Championship for Women, World Championship, BWF World Championship, Sudirman Cup, Mixed Team Badminton Championship takes place every 2 years, World Junior Championship, BWF World Championship, World Grand Prix Finals, BWF World Badminton Grand Prix Finals. Only the top 8 players in the year-end world ranking were invited. By 1972, badminton became a demo sport in the Munich Olympics and became an official Olympic sport at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. At that time, only singles and doubles were listed. By 1996, mixed double was included in the Atlanta Olympic game. Till now, badminton is still the only sport with mixed doubles event in the Olympic. These countries have won the gold medal at the Olympics since 1992 to 2020. The Indonesia, Denmark, China, South Korea, Japan, and Spain. National Badminton Museum. It is located in the home of English badminton, the National Badminton Center in the UK.
Equipments and facilities of badminton. 1. Shuttle. A shuttle, also known as birdie, is made out of 16 goose feathers and it is firmly fixed leather-covered cockhead. It weighs from 4.74 to 5.50 grams or 75 to 85 grains. It may be made of feathers, plastic, or nylon. Number 2 is racket. Badminton racket is quite light and can be made of wood, aluminum, metal, or synthetic materials such as graphite carbon. A synthetic racket is quite popular now because of its extreme lightness and strength. It weighs roughly 98 to 100 grams and is 68 cm in length. Third one is court. Although courts can be set outdoors, competitive badminton is generally played indoor where the wind and other elements will not affect the shuttle. The official badminton court is 20 feet wide while the singles court is 17 feet wide. Number 4. Posts should stand 1.55 meters in height from the surface of the court. They must be placed on the double side lanes. They must also be firm to take the necessary tension when the net is strained across to its full height. There should be no gap between the post and the net through which a shuttle could pass. This can be ensured by the use of hooks down the inside of the ports and a draw cord along the bottom of the net. And lastly, the net. At all times, this should be strained tightly so that its height from the floor is 1.524 meters or 5 feet long. Should be kept by the umpire's chair to facilitate regular testing to ensure that the net is still at its correct certain height and has not sagged.
Good day everyone. So today, we are going to discuss about the rules and regulations of badminton. These rules and regulations followed the International Badminton Federation. So, first rule is tossing for serve. Siyempre, bago kayo maglaro, dapat alam nyo kung sino munang mauunang magsaserve. So, you have to toss a coin to determine who is going to serve first. Next is scoring. So, in badminton, they use the rally point system. Rally scoring. So in rally scoring, a point is awarded to whichever team wins the rally. For example, nagpapalitan kayo, di ba, ng shuttlecock. Then your opponent, naisabit niya sa net or napunta outside. So you gain a point. Then we have here different terminologies. First is love. Love means it designates a score of 0. The next is all. When both teams score level. For example is same kayong score na 3, all 3, or all 5, all 7, all 10. Then we have inside and outside. Inside is called for the serving team, then outside for the receiving team. Last is game point. It is the point that a server won, which results to the servers winning the match. In badminton, men's single is played to 15 points while in women's is to 11 points. So kung sino mauuna maka-achieve ng points na yon, sila ang mananalo. So next is setting the score. If the score tied at 13 all or 14 all, the side that first scored 13 or 14 has the choice of setting or not setting the game. So setting is like extending the game for another set. When the game has been set, both scores revert back to 0 and a player must win according to the conditions. So, fourth rule is change of needs. Players change ends of the court at the beginning of the second game and at the beginning of the third game if game is necessary. So, it is simply like switching of courts or sides. So, sabi dito, if meron mang third game na mangyayari at ang paglalabanan nyo ay 15 points, you need to switch pag umabot na ng 8 points. And pag 11 points naman, you should switch pag umabot na ng 6 points. We move on to service rotations for singles and doubles. Singles serve and receive in the right service court when the server's score is an even number. When the service score is odd number, the players serve or receive in the left service court. So, ang tatandaan lang natin dito, if even number ang score, right service court. If odd naman, sa left service court.
The server changes courts after every point his team wins. The receiving side does not change courts. So for example, even number yung score mo. So nasa right side ka magsaserve. And then if you gain a point, lilipat ka sa left. And then if you gain another point, lilipat ka naman sa right. Ganun lang paulit-ulit. Then if your opponent gains a point naman, sila yung lilipat-lipat ng court. Then next is, the winning team serves first in the next game or second game. So, kung sinong team yung mananalo, siya yung magsaserve sa simula ng next game. Sa double match naman, kahit sino sa dalawa yung magsaserve sa kanila. We move on to our next rule, which is faults. A team that violates the rules is charged with fault. It is fault when first is service is illegal or not correct. Example, pag hindi pumasok sa court ng opponent, fault yun, or pag mali yung pagsaserve. Next is, if the server in an attempt to serve misses the shuttle. Third is, if on a serve that the shuttle is caught in or on the net. So, pagka sumabit yung shuttlecock sa net or pag nailama siya sa net at bumalik sa side mo, that is called fault. But if dumaplis lang ng konti pero dumiretso naman sa opponent mo, in pa rin yun. If in play, the shuttle lands outside the boundaries of the court, passes under the net, touches the roof or ceiling or any other object. So we just have to remember here na pag may natamaan tayo anything around, then fault yan. When the shuttle is in play and a player touches the net with his body except on follow through. So dito, kapag nahawakan ng player yung net or habang naglalaro sila or na-touch ng kahit anong part ng katawan niya, fault na yon. Then, if during the game, a player deliberately distracts an opponent by an action, like making gestures or unnecessary sounds. Then, if a player is guilty of repeated misconduct violations. So, lahat ng nabanggit na yon, kapag nagawa mo yon, fault, considered fault yon. So, last rule is lets. When lets occurs, players who serves again. The following are considered lets. First is, a shuttle or player from an adjacent court and touches, thus interfering with play or concentration. A shuttle, after passing over the net, becomes caught in or on the net except during the service. A shuttle hits an obstruction that hangs over the court and is lower than the recommended 24-foot ceiling height. During service, the receiver and server both fault at the same time. Next is, the server serves before the receiver is ready and a line judge is not present and the umpire is unable to make decision. So, kapag isa sa mga nabanggit na yon, considered lets yon and ikaw ulit yung magsaserve. The 7 rules and regulations of badminton are tossing for serve to determine who's going to serve, badminton scoring, which uses the rally point system, setting the score, change of needs, service rotation for singles and doubles, fault. Lastly is lets, where the player who serves again. So that's it for the rules and regulations of badminton. I hope you learned something and thank you for listening.
Ready position. Ready position in badminton is the position in which you await from the next shot from your opponent. It is the position you are in just before performing the split step. It is used because it helps you to react faster to the shot from your opponent. Ready position refers to the stance of your body while receiving certain types of stroke. This is a very important concept in badminton. If you know the correct badminton stance, then it can make your movement more smoother, quicker, and it will reduce the danger of getting injured. Forehand grip. This grip is used to hit shots that are on the forehand side of your body and around the head shots. The first one is, hold the racket head with your non-playing hand so that the handle points towards you. The second one, your racket face shall be perpendicular to the floor. The third one, place your playing hands on the handle as if you are shaking hands with it. And the last one, there shall be a V shape in between your thumb and your index finger. Backhand grip. The backhand grip is also known as the thumb grip, is similar to the forehand grip except the complete bottom of the thumb is in contact with the third bevel and the index finger is lowered to a position below the thumb. This grip is used to hit shots that are on the backhand side of your body. The first one is hold your racket as you would on the forehand grip. The second one, turn your racket anti-clockwise so that the V shape move leftwards. Third one, place your thumb against the back bevel of the handle for a greater leverage and power. And the last one, the racket handle shall also rest loosely in your fingers. Low serve. The low serve, also commonly known as short serve, is a serve that barely skims over the top of the net and lands near the short service line. When done correctly, it does not give the opponent an opportunity to attack and limit the type of shots on the service return. High serve. The high serve, also commonly known as long serve, is a serve that travels high deep into the receiver's backcourt, targeting the farthest corner away from the server. The arc of high serve should resemble that deep lift shot where the shuttle reaches its high peak towards the back of the receiver's court before dropping sharply near the back service boundary. Backhand drive. This is a safe shot in badminton. If played correctly, it will force an opponent to hit an upward return, giving the other player a chance to attack. Defensive stance. For defensive stance in badminton, you have to have your legs slightly apart, knees slightly to bend to lower the center of gravity. For doubles, your racket should be in front of you, staying flat because for double games, most people smash, so you might as well get ready with the racket lower already. For single, defensive stance, you have to have your racket outward a little bit so that you can reach that shot if that shots are away from you. The first one is open your legs more than your shoulder. The second one, bend your knees little. The third one, keep your upper body little bit forward. And the last one, raise both of your arms above your hips and defend it.
Attacking stances. Attacking stance is mainly used while making smash. Player is shifting his body weight to dominant leg. Next step will be pushing his whole body by generating power from the ground and hitting smash. Forehand lob. The lob or lift shot is a defensive shot in badminton. It is played when the shuttlecock is near the floor. The aim is to lift or lob the shuttlecock over the net and make the shuttlecock fall as near baseline as possible without hitting it out. Backhand lob. This shot will normally be played from the front court is in an underarm action. The aim is to lift or lob the shuttle over your opponent and aim to make the shuttle land as near to the baseline as possible without hitting it up. Drop shot. A drop shot in badminton is an offensive shot performed from the back part of the court. It has downwards in curved trajectory directed to the front of the court of your opponent. Forehand cross-court drop shot. A cross-court drop shot simply means hitting the drop shot diagonally across the court. A cross-court badminton drop will have shuttle landing at X. A good cross-court drop shot should fly just above the net. Smash. The smash shot is hit with power and speed downward to the opponent court. The angle of stiffness of the shuttlecock trajectory make it hard to opponent to retrieve or return. The badminton smash is considered the most powerful shot in badminton. It is usually played on the forehand. It is